What makes good food good is proper execution, good ingredients, knowledge, how to cook the food. That's what makes good food good food. What makes great food, I feel like, is the want, the need, and the drive to be better than just the ingredients themselves. So my kitchen experience, I went to culinary school. I'm classically trained. Here in Los Angeles, I worked at Providence and Melise, which at the time both were Michelin star restaurants. I started there. Hyatt came along, the hotel company, and I started working for them. And then I slowly traveled with them across the country, working at different hotels. I helped open up a lot of restaurants, and now we're just slanging and banging. I've been on Food Network a couple times. I've done a lot of work with Tastemade. Most recently, I was on Barbecue Showdown Season 2 on Netflix. Did very well up until I didn't. That's my TV experience. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about myself and about my cooking style, and just because I feel like sometimes we get kind of caught in our small boxes and in our worlds. So branching out and meeting new people and understanding where other people come from, I think is very valuable. ZEF BBQ is located here in beautiful Simi Valley. Our operation is different from a regular restaurant just by the fact that one, it is only pre-orders. You can't just walk up. We don't serve drinks, we don't serve booze. There's really nowhere to sit. It's just grab and go. We are open currently right now just Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays are pre-orders. Pre-orders go live on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. and then you pick a pickup time for the following Saturday. Sunday walk-ups only. Sundays is when we f around and do weird shit. We do smash burgers and noodle dishes and all different types of, crazy stuff. So Thursdays, I will wake up and I will help get my kids ready with my wife. My oldest to school. We also have a newborn baby who's not even a month old. And then we also have Kaino, who's just shy of 2 years old. So I help my wife with the boys in the morning and get her situated for the day. And then I try to be out the door by at least 9:30. So we are going to two places now. We're heading to Restaurant Depot, and then we will head to 99 Ranch for specialty items. So hopefully we'll be back in a decent amount of time. We'll see about that. LA traffic fucking sucks. The vibe in Simi Valley is very quiet, it's very mellow. It is a small town. We're trying to bring more of that traction to Simi Valley, but as far as restaurants, there's not a lot. The only reason people know about Simi Valley usually is Joe Dirt and the Rodney King trials. So it's an interesting spot, man. Welcome to the show. You ready to go on an adventure? Restaurant Depot is excellent because I can buy bulk and it's cheap. Not saying that the product's cheap, it's just cheaper than ordering from Cisco or literally anywhere else. And it's called Restaurant Depot for a reason because it's built for restaurants. It's all wholesale.
How much do they sell it by the pound, by the case?
$3.69 for the case.
It's below $4. I was about to pick up 8 cases.
Yeah, right.
And so here in ZEF BBQ, we never get Creekstone, let's just be honest. So I have to buy prime brisket from Costco. Everyone wants to sell Creekstone. Aaron Franklin does it. I want to do it. That's what you want to do for your customers. But there's always a second next best thing that you can fall back on. And as long as you use it properly and coherently, you can still get the same exact results that you're looking for. And dude, it's little shit too, on the cart. So this bacon is ends and pieces.
Okay.
Regular bacon will cost you $45 a pound, whatever it is. That case is $30. So it's just it's using that chef mentality to make shit work for you. Why spend fucking $80 on a case of bacon when I can spend $30 on it? And it's the same fucking result, It's just all chopped. But we're moving though. We're fucking hustling, we're only at Restaurant Depot if we're there for more than an hour, I'm doing something wrong. It comes out that I know where everything exactly is, so it's just boom, 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 hit it. Yeah, I missed a lot of shit.
I'm distracting you.
Oh no, I always reach. Shop at Restaurant Depot, get that shit together, get in the truck, and then 99 Ranch we will be going to after, which is an Asian store where I get all my Asian specialty items. That's where they have the curries I need, the mirin, Shaoxing wine, just stuff that you aren't gonna be able to get at Restaurant Depot or Vaughn's or anything like that. I would explain 99 Ranch as being very intense. The past couple times I've gone, it's just bananas, so just get ready for that. Damn, it's dead here today.
Yeah, no. Yeah, this is pleasant, dude. I can't even tell we're in LA enough.
So what are you looking for specifically with these?
For sweet potato, especially because it's just for potato salad, just that they're not, because like you can open one up, see how it's denatured. That'll run through the whole chinga. And there's bacon, scallion, dill. And away we go. I do like shopping. The downside of it is just, dude, it just takes a lot of time. And once we're done shopping, we bring it back to the restaurant, we bring it back to the commissary, and I'm trying to get back here and trying to beat Kirby here at 2.
Yeah, so how'd you meet Logan?
I slid in his DMs. Yeah, I was looking for work, like I really like appreciated what they were doing, and I was like, yeah, you know, give it a shot, and 2 years later, here I am. Yeah, I'm excited. We're doing some cool stuff, like congee, I freaking love. Whole brisket to sell, brisket for the curry, and then we're doing those nice big honking platters too, so brisket will kind of be utilized for those things.
We keep a very simple structure here of like old school brigade system. You have, you know, executive chef, which I guess is technically me. We have sous chef, which is Kirby. He does the trimming of the briskets. He does the slicing during service, so I can be on the line and do like the more intricate dishes. He does the things that I don't have time to get to.
EP weight is edible portion. We track the whole process through AP as purchased to edible portion. We trim aggressively, water content that you lose during the cook for pricing as well. So that way we know exactly the product that we have.
So on service day, is there anybody else that's gonna be here besides you and Logan?
Yeah, we might be a little short.
This week is gonna be f***ing sketchy.
Yeah, we might be a little short this week on staff, but we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
The thing I appreciate most about Kirby is a like honestly like low key like a shoulder like lean on, like just being there, you know, just keep, and I just appreciate the fact that he shows up every weekend. You know, I'm not the easiest person to get along with. Yeah, so like the blessing and kind of like the curse. We were gone in LA shopping for maybe 3 hours ish, and we had like another $1,600 of revenue come in. But just like I have to go buy more ribs now, I have to buy more tri-tip. That's just like the ups and downs of, you know, running the pre-order system on top of like just trying to make everything work and get every dollar that you can out of the life.
This big pot is for the ramen?
Yeah, that's for the ramen broth. Yeah. So right now we're getting our brine ready for our pickles. So you do equal parts rice wine vinegar and apple cider vinegar.
Exact measurements only.
Exact measurements only. We really do gotta start making recipe cards. Through my study and research and findings, ZEF is a term that came out of post-apartheid South Africa. And it was a term that they used when these people were living below the poverty line, but they were still buying chains and tracksuits, and there was a car that everyone would specifically buy because it was so easy and so cheap to soup up, and it was called a Zephyr. So the short term of that is ZEF, and ZEF basically means you can do whatever the f you want. You can be whatever the f you want. And so when we started ZEF BBQ, obviously we always have the brisket and the pulled pork and everything, but we started doing so much more than that and started encompassing curries and birria and ramen, while still keeping it in the spirit and the lens of Texas barbecue. And the Dragon Ball Z pose, that was actually when I had my first job in like 5th grade, like mowing lawns and shit. That was the first thing I ever bought with my own earned money.
So who is the night cook?
So the night cook is moi. It is I. As of right now, I do it because I find joy in it. I find a lot of peace in it. It's like the only time of my day that's like quiet. Because I got a guy that slices it, I got a guy that trims it, you know, but like the cooking process is still something that's like very like in here, you know, for me, because it was so alien before, and now I think I have a pretty good handle on it. So I decided to go with a 500-gallon offset because of what our needs were. And like I prefer the offset because I feel like it gives a better combustion, it creates a better bark. There's so many different cookers out there now, but it's what I learned on and it's what I'm like comfortable with, you know, because like it's only one cooker, it only has one mode, fire on or fire off, you know. Stuff, that's bark. That's not even a piece of wood. So the wood I use a combination of coastal live oak, and then I use that in combination with like a little bit of black walnut because the aroma that comes off the red oak is pretty sweet. So I kind of temper that with the black walnut, which burns pretty, I know, lack for a better term, like dirty. So like out of my whole cook, I only put in like 6 or 7 splits. and it helps even out the flavor, in my opinion. I mean, there's a lot of people that'd be like, it just all tastes the same. So today we got brisket, dino bones, which are beef ribs, plate ribs, rib bones, pulled pork, pork belly for burnt ends, tri-tip, pork ribs going on later, and then we also have the Spam, which I browned and emulsified today. Spam.
Spam.
Fully emulsified. I'm passionate about food, and barbecue for me right now is the best vessel to translate that. What kind of got me into barbecue is when we were living in Chicago, I started doing ribs and like pork belly and anything I could kind of like get my hands on. And we lived like probably like 6 to like 8 blocks away from Wrigley Field. And so I would roll the little cooker out into like the alleyway, and I was selling like just like meats for like $5 like a little box and out of my backyard. We moved back to Monterey, and I tried to implement like a full barbecue program into the sports bar there, and it really didn't take off, but it made for a lot of practice. And then the pandemic hit, and I lost my job, and I moved into my daddy's house. And I sold 1 brisket that first weekend, and then the next weekend was 2 brisket, and the next weekend was like 3 brisket, and then it just kept going on from there. And then we started doing curries and ducks and wild shit, and then the rest is kind of like history.
Oh, look at all that goodness dripping off of it.
This still got some good time, pretty nicely. And like when we roast them on Saturday, you'll see like it holds the color. Very nice. I started the cook today at approximately, I'd say like 8 o'clock is when I started the fires. After a full day of just like running around and stuff. And we got a little bit of a later start, but hopefully we'll have everything off by like 9 a.m. What we do isn't difficult, it's just a commitment. So it's a lot of hard work, but I kind of like just take it in stride like I do like everything in life, you know? And like I said, like the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
You might be wondering why the first episode of Barbecue Story for 2024 is just barely coming out in the middle of February. But that's because I took the first few weeks of the year off to really just evaluate the success of the series, but also think of ways that I can improve it. And one of the major areas of growth that I was able to identify during my time off was that I seriously lack organization, with having to set up meetings and then getting ready the questions and the various shots that I need to take on site, and then setting up all the travel logistics for myself and my team, and then coming back home and then actually editing Barbecue Story. Like, my process was a complete mess, and it was really just making me burn my candle on both ends, and I was like seriously getting burnt out. And that's when I contacted the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy resource that allows you to have therapy sessions as a phone call or a video chat, and also messaging, whatever is most comfortable for you. And setting up was super easy. I was able to sign up on my phone while I was on site shooting a Barbecue Story documentary, and BetterHelp set me up with a therapist that fit my needs, and I was able to have my first session within just a few days. And what I really appreciated about the sign-up process is they have this really in-depth questionnaire that, of course, asks you questions about the challenges that you're facing, but also it allows you to pick a therapist that matches the same beliefs that you have. So whether you're a Christian like me or whatever religion you believe in, BetterHelp will match you with someone who can speak into your life that has the same beliefs and also outlook as you. And BetterHelp is flexible. So at any point, if you feel that your therapist does not fit your needs, you can switch your therapist with a single click of a button in your settings at no additional cost. Now, I didn't take advantage of that feature because I actually really enjoyed my session with my therapist, and I enjoyed it so much that right after the call, I went over to the phone store and got a separate phone. That way I can separate my work life from my home life. And I'm already seeing a huge improvement in my organization, productivity, and just overall motivation. So join over 4 million people who've used BetterHelp to start living a healthier, happier life. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/antsbbqcookout. Clicking the link helps support this channel, and it also gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. So you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. Thank you, BetterHelp, and now let's get back to ZEF BBQ.
Cook went good. I slept through one of my alarms, so I woke up and the fucking cooker was at like 120 degrees.
Really?
Yeah. So just like, right, your Friday really depends on that cook. And like I said, like, dude, I've been here early as like 8 a.m. and I've been here in like late as like 2. But you get it done. And that's when like a lot of our bulk prep is done. All of Saturday depends on Friday. I mean, it's never happened, knock on wood, but like we scorch a oven of potatoes. Like those potatoes are literally coming out of the fucking bottom line. There's no recovering that. Our main goal on Friday is to set ourselves up for success for Saturday. You plan for the worst and you hope for the best. Right now, this week, we're doing Asian cuisine. So we're doing like the traditional char siu, and like for the people that aren't familiar with char siu, it's the meat that you see like hanging in, Chinatown, off the hooks, and it's bright red and it's neon. It's beautiful and gorgeous and succulent. So we're trying to implement those flavors over into like the ribs. Our ribs has been a work in progress, because like back in my backyard and stuff, it'd be, 1 or 2 racks, and then like you bump up to like 18 racks or 25 racks. It changes the whole paradigm. But now, fast forward to 2023, 2024, we have them dialed in, we have a process. I showed interest for cooking in high school. Meals as a family and meals with people you love is very like important to me. And to be able to kind of turn that into a career and turn that into something that like, well, not just like feed my soul, but feed my family was very like important to me. But it wasn't my first choice. So originally I wanted to be an MMA fighter. I had an amateur record of 11-1, and then I had a pro record of 1-1. First fight went fantastic. Second fight went just as well as you might think it would. I have a cauliflower ear and like I've broken a bunch of bones, but the mentality of martial arts and the mentality of striving to be better every day and be the best translated over into cooking and the culinary industry very well. Bring it to natpei.
That smells amazing. I have no idea what that means.
So natpei is a French term. So when you make like a cream sauce or any type of sauce, a jus, or you take your spoon and you pull it through, and if it leaves a trail like that, give a little bit more time. Natpei.
Natpei.
N-A-P-P-E. And you see me on the line now where it's just like I have one thing going that I'm focused on, but then there's several other sub things that I have going on like the back of my head. And I have timers, I have reminders, I write on my hand, because like it is just me and Kirby. And we got a lot of shit to do. And like, dude, I got wife and kids at home. Like I gotta get home, like I don't got time to be like stirring up boiling water, So like I put a lot of responsibility on Kirby as well, and Kirby runs, errands for me, he runs tasks for me, he makes the pudding.
Yeah. You want one of these now?
Sure, yeah.
Here, I'm gonna give you a nice, here's a really.
Thank you, brother, appreciate it.
That's a good one.
Oh, thank you very much.
Cheers.
So Kirby told me to get a nice big spoonful to get all the layers all up in there. Get the banana, get that cookie in there. So, all right, cheers. Man, that is so good. Like the banana, the cookie, and the cream like come together like perfectly. Like the textures, everything is just like perfectly balanced. Like, not joking at all. This is the best banana pudding I've ever had, seriously.
A lot of the best techniques and just like practices that I've pulled from either fine dining or hotels or like standalone restaurants is just like one, cleanliness, just like that's just off the top, just like clean floors, clean, like we clean the ranges every other week, clean the hoods every other week. Like I don't want to clean the fryer, but the fryer needs to get cleaned. I'm not trying to have my food taste like burnt shit. I think barbecue and traditional fine dining cooking works very well together because they're framed kind of from the same worlds. You have fine dining, you have like barbecue, and both, and I've stated before, it's like there is no shortcuts. And I believe full-heartedly doing it the hard way, doing it the right way. I really, really, truly believe in that. So Saturdays are different than Fridays in the fact that like Saturday it's game time. Like we get down and dirty, like the time has come. I kind of like spearhead everything. I'm in earliest, so I get everyone set up. I write whatever the specials are, is what we have to build on the line, and then Kirby will get here. If we gotta do like any like mise en place, like cut scallions or cut citrus or cut ginger or anything like that's for that day. He'll get that done. Like all my guys are built like me and you. Okay. So like our running joke is always that like the kitchen's big enough until it's not. Oh. Kirby's a big guy, I'm like Chubba. There's a reason why we call him Chubba. I appreciate Kirby because he follows up with me. I appreciate Chubba because even though he's never on time, he always works hard. Yeah, you know, like the meme, like if like someone was like, yo, like I will give you $2 million, but you have to say the name of a person that will show up late. It's Chubba. It's always Chubba. Like I'm late to and everything. Like that must be late to his own funeral. He starts portioning like all of our cold sides. So like the mac salad, the coleslaw, a potato salad.
Is one of your favorite sides?
This is the one. It's pretty good. Got some bacon in it.
Yeah, he gave you a bite of it. It was insane.
Our meats are like our lowest selling items. Ramen's the like the curry bowl this week, the spam musubi, you know, when we run the ducks and stuff, is like our bigger seller.
Well, when we first started, it'd be there like every Friday night to help them like portion barbecue or just little things to get us prepped for the Saturday service.
So Enrique is part of the kitchen, but Enrique is too pretty to do, you know, the cleaning or any like the prep and stuff. But in the absence of Anna, especially now because Anna is on our third kid, and even after she had our second kid, Enrique really took over like the front of house. Like I've known him longer than I've known Anna. Having someone in your corner like that and someone that like rallies you a lot of the times, and I know he's there, that's the biggest thing for me. Everyone needs an Enrique.
I am best friends with Logan, and along the way, you know, COVID hit and he's just like, hey man, like I think we want to start a barbecue. And so I design all the menus.
His graphic design from when we started to like now has come leaps and bounds. Our menus are a lot of like anime, like a lot of like nerds, a lot of comic book stuff. And depending on Enrique's schedule, we either get the menu posted Tuesday evening, and then Saturday, you come in at your selected time and you pick up your food and you get the fuck out.
Is there a some kind of flair on the macaroni salad?
We kind of like do it island style. We put a little bit of katsu sauce in ours too.
I didn't know basically anything about my Asian heritage until I was like 22. And then I also found out that I was part Hawaiian, so I started doing more research into that. Anna's family is also from Hawaii as well. And so that's influenced our food quite a bit.
You're all set. Thank you so much. Yeah, enjoy.
So Anna's experience is pretty like hardcore, like just as hardcore as mine, but from like front of house, from server to lead server to bartender to general manager. So when it comes to barbecue, it's been great because a lot of times I can just cook and she makes sure all of our taxes are paid. She is in constant contact with our CPA, with the city for our business licenses. I appreciate her just being the mother of my children and just helping me with this whole caboodle.
We're not a sit-down restaurant, so like you don't get to table touch throughout the meal with somebody. So it's like the interaction you have at pickup. It's literally like maybe 30 seconds to a minute that I get to interact with these people, but it's fun.
I had a liver transplant.
Did you take mine?
I know. I did.
Probably shot already. It's good to see you, man.
Good seeing you, man.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
That's just for us.
Oh well.
You think we're gonna be I'm eating this for the next few days.
Good. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it. There's a lot of people that have literally told us like, yo, like I wouldn't have eaten this if you hadn't have made it. You know, our first like 2 months, all we did was barbecue. Typical like, you know, barbecue fare. And then like slowly like we'd roll out, you know, a spam musubi or like a duck dish or like, you know, a beef cheek dish, just slowly but surely getting people more intrigued. I've forced them to be progressive. This is our spam musubi, a house ground pork and brisket farce that we emulsify and press, and then I smoke it. Here we have our roasted confit duck congee. We serve it with crispy potatoes, duck confit, egg, chili crisp, and then fried garlic. And this is our chili garlic shrimp. It's based off the Hawaiian food truck version of it. Chili crisp, jasmine rice, Gulf shrimp, cilantro, grilled onions, fried garlic, and then a little bit of citrus. Right here we have our brisket curry, which is kind of like what we're known for. It's a combination of Japanese and Thai curry that I've been working on for like forever, that I'm really proud of. Jasmine rice with a little bit of everything for a kake, and then some kimchi daikon that we make in-house. So this is our ramen. It's another dish we're pretty known for. We have pit smoked char siu pork belly across the top. We've got eggs, scallion. We put a roasted tomato in there with furikake on it just because like it's like a umami bomb when you put it in there. Fried garlic, chili oil, and then underneath we get special ordered in sun noodles from Hawaii because we think it's the best ramen noodle that comes pre-made. We have brisket smoked with coastal live oak and black walnut. We have some burnt ends. We have Santa Maria style tri-tip. We have some char siu style spare ribs. Just your traditional like Carolina pulled pork, Hawaiian style mac salad, sweet potato salad. Then we have our curry udon noodles. Bon appetit. you know, if you're not continually trying to improve yourself or like waking up every day, trying to improve yourself, doing it better than you did the day before, doing it better than the week before, then what are you really doing?